This is Chris Ciccanelli, and we're talking everything high-intensity tactics for growth. You tuned in to hit, and you better be ready for it. Like some of the listeners that listen each and every time we put out a podcast. I think this is like number 47, 48. We're getting close to 50 right now, which is really, really exciting. But, you know, I got to give it up for Megan. KC97 says she loves listening to these whole things at work or when she's working on her business. It's definitely kicking her butt and boosting some ideas that she needs to keep pushing her business each and every day. So, Megan, thanks so much for doing that. And also, I want to give it to PR by Drea. Miss Drea, I love listening to these each and every week. Get so inspired and motivated to work my business. Chris is personable and he loves, and I love listening to everything he has to share from family to business. Again, thanks, Dre. I appreciate it. Make sure you go on, review this, rate us. I love it. We got 5.0s. We love seeing that. And that means that people are taking something from the podcast. And that's exactly why we started this whole thing, was to be able to give as much information as we could to business owners out there, to entrepreneurs out there, to people that wanted to make a difference in this world. That was why we did this. This is so exciting. So today, I got to dive right into it. On Monday, I do a rise and grind for my for the sales force here at Pure Romance, and it's great. It's awesome to be able to wake up with a bunch of like-minded people that want to get their week started and really, really are motivated by change, motivated by getting out there and being the first to attack a week and being able to have a game plan and be able to see, 500 other people that have that same mentality about their business, about their family, about their faith, whatever it might be. And I love that. But on this, I talked about what happened. What happened to the word yes? And I say this not jokingly, like, did it go disappear? Is it hiding somewhere or whatever? But I feel like today, more and more people tell you no. More and more people say nada, not going to happen. Not going to do business, not going to make it easy for the customer, not going to make it easy for a person getting into business, not making it easy to return something. If you bought something, they make you go through all these hoops and make you go through all these automated stuff. You want to cancel a subscription, you can't do it. Nada. It's crazy to me. And I think it ends up bothering me that so many people in this world could just say yes. Like, I'm listening to a Gary Vee interview, and Gary Vee's, interviewing the Houston Rockets owner Tillman, and they're talking, and he made a couple really, really valid points, and the valid points were this: like, we're all in hospitality. I mean, we take care of somebody. Our job is to serve. Our job is to make sure our customers are satisfied, their experience with our products, with our venues, with whatever it might be, that they're excited about it. That's really what we do. And here's Tillman, Houston Rocket owner. He also owns Mastro's, which is a great steak restaurant. He also, has a bunch of different hotel chains. He owns this great one in Houston called the Post Oak Hotel. And when you listen to him, he's talking about this. He goes, I go to the hotel the other day and I'm staying there. It's 10:30, and I call down and I said, ma'am, I'd like to order breakfast. And she goes, well, sir, we stopped serving breakfast at 9 o'clock. He says, oh, okay. Hey, no problem. No worries. No problem, no worries. He goes, here's what I'd like you to do. If you just can throw 2 eggs in a skillet, nothing hard, just a cup of coffee and a piece of toast. That's all I'll do. And that's as easy. She goes, sir, we're not serving breakfast. He goes, ma'am, let me ask you this question. You're going to take out a raw patty. You're going to throw it into a skillet. You're going to probably, fry it on each side. You're going to do some bologna. You're going to do something where you're going to put something, all I'm asking is take 2 eggs that are right by that beef and crack them over a skillet and fry them up for me. You know how easy she could have said, you know what, that doesn't seem too hard. But what happens is we have all these policies and manuals and all these different things that people have that they're running their lives off of today. Instead of running it off of what most people look at and go, you have to be the smartest person in the room. You have to have this great IQ. What I think is people are missing EQ. They're missing EQ. Like, emotional intelligence would be like, you know what? That doesn't seem that hard. He's asking for 2 eggs. He's asking for toast. All of these things are pretty doable. He's not asking for Belgian waffles. He's not asking for, hollandaise sauce and looking for eggs Benedict. He's looking for something that's simple. But yet, The answer back was, no, we can't help you. No, we can't make this work for you. Now, what do you think that customer, what do you think Tillman had as far as his experiences? His experience was terrible. And people wonder why they get rated on Yelp and they get rated on all these other things with crappy service or crappy experiences, because we're not doing a good enough job saying yes. So we're not training our people good enough to say, yeah, let me make sure, let's take care of that. Let's quit living in this black and white world. In business, it's like there's gray. Not everything. You have to balance your decision making. And you have to use EQ, and it's not IQ. And that's the big thing that I worry about when I watch businesses and people ask, why am I failing or why am I not getting ahead? And the first thing I'll say is, tell me a little bit about your customer. Tell me what she's like. Tell me what he's like. Tell me how you operate with them. Tell me how you communicate with them. Tell me, what the experience with your brand. What is your brand? Do you know what people say about you? Because it's all in the eye of the beholder. You could think one way about your business, but really, what does your customer think about you? What is the experience that you're creating? Saying yes. We need to start finding that in our businesses. We need to start finding it. Now, don't be ridiculous. You don't have to say yes if somebody goes, well, I like that product for free. Well, no, that's going to be a no. You got to use that EQ. You got to use that emotional intelligence that says, hey, I want to say yes all of the time to make it work, because the one thing that I want to do, and I've worked through this for 19 years, I always wanted to turn a buyer into a customer. I always wanted to turn a buyer into a customer, because most people, they live on just getting a sale and getting a one-time off of that person. Great. He comes in, buys something from you. It's a one-time hit. Well, that's great. But I want something that's going to be long-term. I want something that's going to be not 1 year, but how about 2 years and 3 years and 4 years? Because it's so much harder to go out there and find new business every day, to drive to get new business. There's that customer acquisition that costs you money, costs you time to go find somebody brand new, costs you time and energy and money to go, constantly be looking and networking and doing. Why don't you just do what you should do in the beginning, is take care of this customer, start looking at the LTV, the lifetime value. Because I would much rather retain a customer, much rather retain that person for a longer term relationship. Okay, maybe I don't make full boat on everything I sell. Oh, great. I made full margin on the first sale, but I never got 2, 3, and 4 sale from her. Great. Wonderful. Now I got to go find out where I'm going to replace those dollars from, because she's not going to come back to me again. Lifetime value, LTV. That's why when I look at business owners today, I'm like, look, it doesn't hurt to say yes. It doesn't hurt to go a little bit out of your way to make somebody's experience with you memorable, to make somebody's experience with you something that they're going to go, gosh, you know what? I really like this person because of the experience they get me, the way they make me feel. They always take care of their products. They always stand behind. They always educate me. And they do make me feel like I'm just not somebody that's coming in off the street to buy something. I'm actually a customer of theirs. I'm a client of theirs. And some might turn into friends of yours. You never know. But it is that experience. I think we need to start worrying more about saying yes and less about all the rules that we put in play. When you're out there working, you're with your clients over the next couple of weeks, and you're out there driving, or you're working with your team, or you're sitting there saying, gosh, I wonder what my team does. Like, I'm doing all the stuff that he's saying on this podcast. Well, I say yes, and I'm always taking care of my customers. I love them. I send them packages. I send them Christmas cards. I send them Valentine's Day things. I send them all kinds of stuff. Well, guess what? Well, if you're doing it, awesome. Have you inspected your team lately? Have you inspected the people that are working for you lately? See, you live life by a motto. For 19 years, I've lived by inspect what you expect to get respect. And if you expect your team to be saying yes, you expect your team to be doing the things that you're saying that you want from a great customer service, then you better inspect that behavior to get respect. It's important. Let's start saying yes. Let's start taking care of our customers. Let's make sure that we put those eggs on that skillet. If somebody calls down and says, hey, it might be 10:30, who cares? We're going to take care of people. We're going to make their experience with us, and we're going to turn them from buyers into customers. That's what we're talking about on HIT today. Go out there, say yes. Go find that yes. Go find yes. Quit worrying about no, and turn somebody's life around for the better. This is High Intensity Tactics. Remember, live life by design, not by default. Have a great day, everybody.